Wake up, America. The biggest distraction in our living history is here. There are so many distractions getting you to look the wrong way as the whole financial system switches. Bitcoin, XRP, and Ethereum will be the big three, hugely implemented into your financial system. The very thing that we thought was created for decentralization and now is going to work to help people all over the globe. Number one, solve a sovereign debt crisis. Number two is fix the payment system, slow, archaic, and clunky. And number three, redo the whole banking infrastructure. Now, I'm not saying you should invest in these. I'm not saying you're for or against. You have to make those decisions. But all I'm telling you is the big three are going to be Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP. And many other are going to be working to survive regulation, and the public and private sector is coming together. So don't believe me. Let's listen to the words of the biggest bankers in the world. We're going to focus on Brad Garlinghouse, Larry Fink, and Jamie Dimon. On the back end of every video, I share with you exactly what I'm doing. Number one, to protect my family's money. Number two is to take advantage of the biggest shift in generational wealth. And number three is how I'm building legacy from generation to generation. Okay, let's dive in. So the first thing that we want to take a look at, remember back in 2017, I was still in banking. I was leaving banking. I left banking in August 2017. I was in banking from 2007 to August 2017, so about 10 years in banking. JP Morgan CEO Jamie Dimon said he'd fire in a second anyone caught trading Bitcoin when it was at $4,000. That was in 2017. Jamie Dimon, the CEO of JP Morgan, is known as his no-holds-bar attack on Bitcoin. Despite, when they tell you to look this way, remember, watch what they're doing this way. Despite the banking giant's investment in exchange-traded funds tied to the leading cryptocurrency. What happened? Speaking at an investor conference almost exactly 7 years ago, Dimon dubbed Bitcoin as a fraud and the worse than a tulip bulbs in reference to a Dutch tulip mania in the 17th century. So basically 7 years ago, he said that you would be fired, you're a criminal, but the banking giant is deep in the investment through the ETF of BlackRock. They'll invest in it, but you shouldn't, and the banker shouldn't. Guys, in 2017, Jamie Dimon was already working on blockchain technology. Okay. Wells Fargo was teaming up with R3. Okay. Bank of America had Ripple in its patent. Things were already moving forward. Okay. Now we've accelerated to 2024. And this came out by Cointelegraph on October 16th. It says latest, the CME's Tim Court reveals that a major step has been taken towards XRP ETFs with reference to rate and real-time index establishments. Okay. So here's a little bit deeper on it. First major step, and this is from Cointelegraph, first major step taken towards an XRP ETF CME director. Okay. It says we do have an XRP reference rate and a real-time index, which is a first step in building out this ecosystem. We have upwards of 50 real-time prices and reference rates. That's key for product providers like Bitwise because they can at least point to a fully regulated benchmark. Okay, let's continue on. So we're going to watch a short clip here from Anthony Pompliano. I really love his content. Bitcoin should be a big winner for the next couple months.
I want to start just where we are in crypto land and what you think is really happening here. Obviously, there's been a big move that happened after the Fed lowered interest rates effectively, or cut the rate by 50 basis points. How much of this is now built in to the rest of the year? Meaning we know that the cuts are likely to continue. Therefore, is 64,000 or 63,000 it's going to just stay level, or it keeps going up, goes down? What do you see?
Well, I think, if we look at that Fed interest rate cut, Bitcoin is the best performing asset so far. Gold and oil futures are kind of second. There's a new study that just came out from Lynn Alden and Sam Galligan that said Bitcoin is the most sensitive asset when it comes to global liquidity. And so 83% of the time, Bitcoin moves with global liquidity. It's more than S&P or any other asset.
So important.
And so if you look at not just the interest rate cuts, now M2 money supply is expanding. And also we have cuts going on in China and elsewhere.
Boom. That's what I want you guys to hear. Remember, I've been teaching you. Interest rates go down. M2 money supply is expanding. They turn the printing machine back on. It was turned off from 2022 till I think about July this year. And now they started to slowly July, August, September. Now they're just going to turn this machine back on in a low interest rate environment. And they're going to go pack their bags in Bitcoin, gold, and risk would be. So Bitcoin being a risk on, risk off asset. But like you said, 83% of the time, Bitcoin responds with global liquidity. So what that means is they turn the printing machine back on, trying to stimulate the economy. Okay. We're going to skip this video right here. I just wanted to show you. I wanted to skip to this one here. This one is Bitcoin Magazine. They put just in Fox Business. Dylan Lacar talks about MicroStrategy stock outperforming the S&P 500 because of adopting Bitcoin. Okay. Let's see what is going on here.
Dylan, first of all, it's been a while. Great seeing you, my man.
Great seeing you too, Charles. Happy to be here.
Yeah, let's talk about this because Larry Fink, he is like, they say when people become believers, when they're non-believers and they become believers, they become staunch believers. Like he's bought into this big time.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the reality here is that Bitcoin is $1.5 trillion today. This is $100 trillion idea. This is $100 trillion technology. Money itself is the biggest total addressable market in the world. And bonds, stocks, real estate have all sort of been monetized in a world where the dollar, the euro, the yen can't work as a store of value. So Bitcoin, Wall Street is starting to understand that this is not just a speculative asset to punt around. This is something that should be in every core portfolio, in every retirement account, in every pension, in every young investor's portfolio, in every corporate balance sheet.
Okay, I'll leave you with that right there. Okay, so let's bring it back in. So if you don't study macroeconomics on a daily basis, it's like hard to comprehend. It's like, okay, what is actually going on right here? So to keep it simple and look at the facts, figures, numbers, logic, America simply has more debt than it has income. Okay, we have more debt, our GDP, we have less gross domestic product than we do debt, right? So we have more debt than we have income. We collect $4 trillion in taxes per year from Americans. The interest on our debt is $5 trillion. So now you're sitting there at the top of the house. You're like, oh shit, we have more debt than we have income. We can't even pay the interest on the debt with taxes that we collect. What are we going to do? Then there was this magical thing, Bitcoin, that was created that they told us all to run as fast as we could from it as they were accumulating it. Let me repeat that. They told you to run as fast as you could and run from it while they were accumulating it. Then they turned the printing machine on full blast, damn well knowing what it was going to do to the economy. They knew it was going to destroy the middle class. You destroy the middle class, you move them down to the working poor, the wealth gap becomes massive as they're packing their bags in Bitcoin. They're buying up all the real estate because the normal everyday American can't afford a house anymore. They buy up all the properties. They buy up all the Bitcoin. They buy up all the gold as you're sitting there in the stock market like, oh, I hope my retirement comes. And then boom, they create a common enemy. We go to war. And after World War III, there's a new financial system, which is going to be Bitcoin underneath the treasury. It's going to be one of the most valuable assets in the world. You're going to have things like XRP, which are going to be a bridge currency. You're going to have XLM, that's going to be a bridge currency. You're going to have things like VeChain that do supply chain management. You have HBAR, which is going to be a decentralized application. You have things like ADA, which is a decentralized application. You have ETH that is deep in consensus, just going deep into ETHgate. It's deep into consensus through the banking system. Bitcoin, ETH, and XRP will be the top 3 crypto companies, whatever you want to call them, in the world. BlackRock, Larry Fink, and I believe Ripple, Brad Garlinghouse will now be the 2 top bankers in the world. Jamie Dimon is set for retirement. And I have a feeling that here in the near future, we're going to hear Jamie Dimon change his tune, or he's just going to go off in the sunset into retirement around Bitcoin. Or he may die on that sword, but he's dying on a sword, and on the other end of it, they're investing in it. Okay. So what's going to happen is asset managers now are going to be feverishly trying to get their clients into Bitcoin, which is a risk on, risk off asset. They're going to be asking them to allocate that into their portfolio. So Bitcoin drives the market. Bitcoin is about to go up dramatically on the back end of November, mid-November. Okay, we got the election. Then we got the interest rates being lowered, most likely the 6th and 7th. So that's going to cause global liquidity, okay, which is going to make Bitcoin go up. Then remember, Bitcoin goes up and then we go into altcoin season. That's all other coins. So what I do very simply, can be very clear. I use the risk pyramid. High risk, high return. Crypto is super speculative, high risk, high return. You have to have a game plan. Bitcoin, I'm not touching. My altcoins, I will pull 50% if they hit my targets. I ladder out on the way up because everybody's trying to catch the big kahuna. They all get wrecked. So by the time people try to catch the top, when they get wrecked and come sliding down the back end, I've pulled profits at targets. You can see inside my education here on YouTube, I explained exactly in detail this. I pull it down the risk pyramid. I index about 30% of my income. What does that mean? I use index universal life. Some people use whole life. I use cash value life insurance, and I insure the profit, the house money. So I have some of my money's insured, locked in. There's a couple things I can do with that. I can borrow against it tax-free, tax code 77028, richest man in Babylon, multiply my money. Number two is money compounds every 10 years at every 7 years at 10%, the 8th wonder of the world, compound interest. Okay. And number three, did I get all of it? Yeah, borrow against it tax-free. I got compound interest. And my money's protected, the principal. It's insured. My money's insured. So if the markets come collapsing down, I pulled profits and my profit is actually insured. And then on top of that, I'll buy more precious metals. We're going to buy more real estate. We're going to continue to innovate our businesses. And as our businesses make cash flow, I cannot wait for the bear market in crypto. I want to get through this next 18 months of bull market and then get back into the bear market so I can accumulate. We have 6 years to get extremely wealthy in this market, but you got to have a game plan. If you're following these influencers who are promoting meme coins and pump and dumps and all that stuff, that is the worst behaviors ever. It's addictive. There's hardly anybody I see. I'm sorry. It's hard to see. There's hardly anybody that I've met that is wealthy that is chasing meme coins. It doesn't work. The person who's promoting the meme coin is making the money. They're getting most likely paid to promote that. Okay. Be very, very careful with that type of stuff. Okay. They're getting paid by these companies to promote these meme coins. So be very careful. There might be some legit ones out there that are just being honest and saying, hey, listen, I just want to let you know what I'm invested in. Anything I talk about, I'm fully invested in. I've never been paid for by any crypto company ever in the history of our channel. Ever. Everything I talk about is something I'm doing, something I own. That's it. So I love you guys. I appreciate you. I hope this information reaches you well. If you need any support at all, in the description of this video or in my social media platform, you click the link. Okay. I want to be very clear. The reason why I'm so clear about this is there's so many fake accounts using our name. Okay. We can't even stop them. We delete them and 10 more pop up. Okay. It's really disgusting. I don't know why the social media platforms don't do anything about it. We report them, we delete them, 10 more pop up. So number one is that's not me on Telegram communicating with you. That's not me proactively DMing you. I'll never ask you to send me money. I don't have a trading platform. I don't invest people's money. What I do have is a team in all 50 states and Canada that helps people understand insurance, how to insure your wealth. Okay. But it's called the needs assessment. It's a free assessment. Fill it out. My team will text you, call you, email you. They will let you know they're from Coach JV's team. Okay. They're going to go through your retirement strategies. Where are you at? What does your outlook look like? What are your retirement dreams? And they'll explain to you how I insure my wealth, but it's very important. It's what do you need, not what I do. Where are you at currently in your paradigm and where do you want to be? So it's a free needs assessment. Fill that out. My team will reach out to you. Just make sure you show up to your appointment. Okay. Number two is we have you'll see the academy down there. My revolutionary 120-day challenge. I've helped over 8,700 people, will be over 9,000 get their shit together from 2020 to 2024. And we're going to help over 1 million people, I guarantee, in the near future here. Now, remember, you must suffer with purpose before it's necessary to suffer. Okay. You must suffer with purpose before it's necessary to suffer. It is coming, guys. The middle class is getting wiped out, leverage source technology moving down to the working poor. You have to step up right now. Hear me on this. You have to step up right now. Physically, mentally, spiritually, financially. Physically, mentally, spiritually, and financially. That's what my academy helps you do. So I love you guys. I appreciate you. As we always say, warriors, rise, get your shit together. Let's go.